Good morning, Arlington. I am bringing to you your second Pilates session, and all you need is a little bit of space and a mat as usual. And today I am bringing the class from my little boy's bedroom, so forgive the surroundings of books and bits and bobs, but my lounge is being used for other things. So what I want you to do today is we're going to start standing up, and when I do stand up you won't be able to see my head, but I will be coming down to the floor. So when you're ready, set yourselves up and we're going to come to our feet and we're going to stand at the ends of our mat. I want you to spread your toe and ground down through all four corners of your feet. Soften through your knees. Gently tuck your tailbone under to activate your lower core. Take a breath in, lift those shoulders up, back and down. And then just stand tall. Pull your shoulder blades down, pull your shoulders towards the floor, and then soften your knees. Take a breath in. I want you to roll your chin towards your chest, and then softly continue to roll through the spine, keeping those knees bent, and allow your body to just hang. And I want you to just feel a little swaying sensation side to side, just to loosen through the hips, allowing the spine to flex. And then find your center point. And I want you to hold onto your big toes. So if you need to bend your knees quite a lot to get hold of those toes, then please do so. And then allow your arms to do the work. We're going to inhale, open your elbows out, drop your head and chest down. And then exhale, try and extend those legs as much as you can. Lifting your bottom up towards the sky, but dropping your head and chest down towards your legs. So we inhale, take a deep knee bend. And exhale, stretch those hamstrings. Keep hold of the feet, your arms are doing the work. Breath in, release. Breath out, stretch again. And if you're really struggling with this, perhaps try and bend your knees and extend one leg, keeping the other one bent, and then bending that one and swapping to the other side. Whichever one you're doing, we're going to go for one more. Knee bend and exhale. Lengthen up, go a little bit deeper. Pause for a breath or two. And then as you inhale, release your hands. Exhale, take a walk forward on your mat, bringing yourself down to your hands and knees. Bring yourself into a flat back position, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. We're going to take the left leg back behind and you're going to take your right arm forward. So making sure you're not rotating that hip out, square your hips off, extend and lengthen that arm, take a breath in, exhale, we're going to curl under. Chin tucked, knee draws into the elbow, and then we inhale, lengthen away. So we exhale, curl it in, and make sure as you curl in, you're squeezing up through your abdomen, your chin tucks, your tailbone tucks, and then you lengthen away. Now, if you find you're losing balance, you just tuck the toes under on that stabilizing leg. That right leg can be your stabilizing position. We'll keep the front of the foot down. And we're just going to move through this exercise. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Two more. Last one. And then hold your extension. Pause and give me some little pulses. So we're just squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Last 8, 7, eye gaze down. 5, 4, keep that arm extended, leg extended. 1, take a breath in and lower the hand and lower the knee to the floor. So go down onto your elbows. And once you're on your elbows, you want to keep your knees underneath your hips and you want to dorsiflex your feet so you're pressing down into your toes. We're going to take a breath in and we're going to hover those knees off the floor. So just a little hover. They're not touching the ground, they're just freely drifting there. And we're going to exhale, extend up towards the sky. So we're trying to create that upside down V. It's called a dolphin.
You're trying to get an extension through the spine, and then you're pressing your heels down into the floor, keeping your legs straight, and push your elbows away from the ground and lift up tall. You want to melt your head and chest down to your shoulders. We're going to inhale, bend the knees, hover, eye gaze forward, back stays flat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Continue. Breathing in as you hover. Breathing out as you lengthen away. And again. So continue. Give me another 4 repetitions of these. And I want to really make sure you keep your shoulders directly above those elbows. They are not moving. You're just lifting the hips, bending those knees right underneath those hip bones, and then extending back up again. When you come to your last repetition, I want you to hold your dolphin position. So stay up with the hips up high. So you're maintaining that triangular position through the body. Take one more deep breath up at the top. Exhale, hover those knees and pause. Squeeze the abs. Try not to let your knees touch the ground. Just hold here. Suck the belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release the knees down to the floor. Just put the front of the feet back down. Slide your bottom back. Let your elbows slide across the mat. Just sit into a quick child's pose. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale, melt your body down. Sink your bottom down into your heels. And of course, if a child's pose doesn't work, just bring it into a cat stretch. Just arch through the spine. Push the shoulder blades apart. Tuck your tailbone and your chin. Squeeze through the abs. And from there, eye gaze forward. We're just going to slide our bodies forward and come down flat to the ground. So we're still going to stick with that left leg and right arm for now. Extend your arms down, head down, chest down. Squeeze your belly, keep your hip bones grounded. We're going to inhale to begin. Exhale, left leg, right arm lifts up. You drift out to the corners of the room, back into the center, and drop straight back down. Again, same side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So my head comes up with my shoulders. It stays still as the arms and the leg moves. Come back to the middle and drop it down. So inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. So continue to make another 4 for me. Move through your breath. Keep your eye gaze down the whole time, so you're keeping your spine in neutral. And then try and lengthen a little bit more. Stretch the arm forward, stretch the leg back, reach to those corners of the room. And after you've done your last one, and you're back in your stationary position, you lift up one more time, we hold in the middle. So stop in the center, reach the fingers forward, the toes behind. See if you can lift a little bit higher and give me some little pulses. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Give me 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, reach. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower down. Bring your hands underneath, turn your head to one direction, and let your body relax into the ground. Now bring your forehead back towards your hands. Take your feet a little bit wider. Ground down through the feet. So the backs of your feet are pressed into the floor. So your toenails are glued down. We slide the fingertips to the side of the head. We take a breath in. Feel your spine extending. Hover the body. Your legs stay on the floor the whole time. Hip bones down. We inhale. Lift up. Exhale. Take a little twist to the side. Take a breath in and lower down. So we inhale, exhale, inhale, and down. So keep moving through the breath The rotation comes from your waistline, so your hips really need to stay grounded. You need to keep your butt squeezed and your legs tense so they're still activated. I want you to do another 2 each side for me. And when you've done your 2 each side, come back to a hover and hold your hover in the center. So we breathe in to hold. We exhale, lift. Turn towards the camera or the computer and give me 5 little pulses. 4, 3, squeeze your shoulder blade. Last one, come to the center, stay up high. Turn the opposite way and let's go. 5, keep the elbows open. Squeeze the shoulder blade. 2 and 1. Inhale, center, lift up. And exhale, bring your hands back under, turn your head the opposite direction, let your body relax. And perhaps just let your hips wiggle side to side. It's quite a nice release in the lower back. And take 2 deep breaths there. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Roll yourself up onto your hands and knees. And bring yourself back into that tabletop position. So we're going to work on the other side now. You're going to bring your right leg behind you, lift it up, and your left arm floats forward, your palms facing down towards the floor. We pause here, find your stability. If you need to tuck that toe under, do so. We inhale to lengthen. We exhale, curl it under, squeeze the abs in. Inhale, lengthen away. So there's no need to rush. You take your time. Exhale, squeeze. You inhale, lengthen. So you just take your time, transitioning between the two. Make a real point at each point to add a little bit more effort. And as you move through this, just be very aware you're not putting too much pressure into that stabilizing arm. You don't want to feel it in the wrist. Just take it easy. And just also be mindful as to whether or not you're going to lose your balance. If you really feel you're going to lose your balance, drop the hands down, do one leg at a time. I should have said that on the other side, but you can just work this with your leg tucking through. Right, give me 2 more. And when you've done that last tuck under, you lengthen out and hold, reach, and take it into that pumping motion. Make sure you're not letting your lower back dip. Squeeze up through the abs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Good. Slowly transition to a little child's pose. Drop your head and chest down, elbows down, or come into a cat stretch. Take a couple of breaths. And then we're going to take this into a plank. So you're going to slide your body weight forward onto your elbows. You're going to stay on your knees for now. Now you can repeat the exercise we did earlier where we're in dolphin position. This one will be lifted up from here and then lowered down. You can do that if you prefer. Otherwise, we're going to start on our knees in a half plank. So we come up to here. The toes are tucked under. We're going to exhale, lift into your legs into extension, and we're going to inhale, tap the floor with the knees. Exhale, extend, inhale, tap. So nothing is moving but the movement of the legs. So my hips aren't moving up and down. They're just staying isolated, and you're just bending and extending. And if that's still too much, rather than doing the first exercise, you can start from your knees and then lift one leg up, drop it down, and lift the other leg up and drop it down. That's an alternative. Find what works for you. Squeeze deep into your tummy muscles. Just keep bending down, tapping the floor, extending those legs, squeezing arm through that belly. Take the emphasis out of the shoulders. Use the middle of your abs to take more of the pressure rather than everything in the upper body. You're going to do 2 more taps, no matter where you are. And then you're going to hold a plank. Take your eye gaze forward. Don't look down. 7, 6, squeeze your butt. 3, 2, and 1. And this time, just let your body drop to the floor. Feet come wide. Bring your hands down and relax your head down onto your hands. Bring your legs together. Take your arms out in front of you. Just going to slide back a little bit. And then we're going to work that right leg and left arm. So we're taking a breath in at the bottom. Exhale. We lift the right leg and left arm off the floor. We inhale. Take it out to the sides. Back to the center. And drop it down. So inhale up. Lift and squeeze out. Come back to the middle and drop back down. Just keep your breath going in a flowing motion. Every movement, you have an inhale and an exhale. Start with your breath in to lift. Exhale to those corners. Breath into the center and breath out to lower. Continue to move through this exercise. Give me 4 more. And every time you move through it, get a little bit more extension. Reach those fingers forward. Take those toes further back. Keep your knee extended and ground down through the opposite leg. So we're going to go. Should we come up to your last 1 or 2 repetitions? And when you've done your last one, just pause in the middle and let's pulse again. Keep the head still. Squeeze it. Keep moving. 7, 6, 5, 4, lift the chest, 2 and 1, and bring those hands underneath. Turn your head towards the computer or the phone or whatever you're using, the TV, and just let the body relax. Then bring your arms, your fingertips, back to the sides of the head. Keep your legs close together this time. We're going to lift the upper body up 1 more time. Lift the legs as well. So now you're hovered off the ground and swim kick your legs. And if you want to go further, take your arms and swim kick the arms and legs together. If that's too much, come back to here. If that's still too much, stay on the floor in the upper body and kick those legs for 5, 4, reach, 2 and 1, and turn your head the opposite way and relax. And again, wriggle through those hips. And when you're ready, roll over onto your side to face me. So bring yourself over onto your side, bend your knees in front of your hips, and then take your head down onto your upper arm. Make sure you're not curved forward, that your body's in a back's in a nice flat position, and your hands on your hips. Engage your abdomen. We're going to lift the top leg up. We're going to extend the leg forward towards the computer. Point the toe, bend the knee back, and lower that leg to go again. Inhale, exhale, extend the knee so you're on hip flexion. Point the toe back into knee flexion, and then lower down. So we abduct, we extend the knee to hip flexion, we then bend that knee, and then we lower back down. So just continue to move through the breath. And really focus on this buttock doing the work, your core controlling this length, the leverage, the lever of the leg will create a little bit more work for your core. And I want you to go for another 3 repetitions, just doing exactly the same thing. Now on that last one, You're going to bend your knee and you're going to hold your knee hovered in a bent position. So your knee is here. And you're going to press the leg up and down, purely working into this buttock, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, and pause. Extend the leg forward towards me, turn the toes up and let's go. Squeeze it. 9, 8, 7, get it higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it. Lift up a little bit more. Bend the knee. And pulse again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Use your tummy. 3, 2, pause. Let's get that leg a little bit higher. Extend that leg forward, turn the toes up. Let's go. 10, 9, squeeze it. 7, all the focus here. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee and drop it down and bring it forward. Maybe give it a little rub to whatever works for you. And then slide yourself up onto that right elbow or left elbow, depending on what side you're facing. So the elbow is directly enough underneath the shoulder. You're going to stay on your knee. So we're coming up into a half plank. You're going to open up that arm. And just feel that opening up the front of the body. Pull your hip forwards towards me. We're going to inhale and exhale. So all we're going to do is pulse through the hips, focusing on the underneath of your waistline, pulling everything up. If you want to make this harder, you can extend that leg again and just work with that leg extended. It's your choice. You do not have to do it. Or you can do it with a bent knee, or you can stay where you are and just work here. Keep breathing. Give me 5 more. 4, 3, keep squeezing up, try not to give up, and then hold. Everyone, take this top arm over the top of your head, palm facing down. Now extend that leg, lift the hips, reach, look towards that hand. 5, 4, keep lifting. 2, and 1, release your body down. Good. Take a breather and just turn over onto your backs. Arms relaxed down by your side, palms down. Find your neutral spine, so your natural position. Allow that little air pocket just to appear underneath your lower back. And then on your next breath, lift your legs to tabletop. Your arms are coming up, palms facing in. We're going to inhale to begin. Exhale, extend opposite arm to leg all the way behind. And then inhale, bring everything back into the middle. Swap to the other side. Exhale, extend. Reach the arm and the leg. Inhale, back to the middle, and so on. So keep alternating sides, extending one leg, the opposite arm, and then bringing everything back in. So your back stays firmly on the ground. You don't lift your head and shoulders up. Just work on the lengthening, work on the breath. Take it slowly. We breathe in at the top, we exhale, extend. We're going to go 3 more each side, and if you wish, you can do 2 together. So we go. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, back into center, your choice. So you're going to do 6 of those, 3 each side. Whichever one you're doing, keep your breath going. Keep the middle of your ribcage pushed down to the floor. Keep your lower belly squeezed. Keep your shoulders as relaxed as possible. You should be coming to your last one. And when you've done that last repetition, you stay here. You take a breath in. We lift the head and shoulders. We roll up towards those heels, reaching towards the heels, and pulse. So curl your lower back as much as possible. Squeeze into your abs and reach, reach. Now stay here, keep pulsing, or extend your legs away and reach there. Your choice. Keep going. Get them lower if you wish. 10, 9, squeeze it. 7, 6, reach. 4, 3, and 1, and hug your knees in. Little roll around on that lower back. Take a few breaths, just relaxing there, and then you're going to roll up and you're going to turn yourself over so you are on the other side, facing back towards me. Bend your knees, slide your hands underneath your head. Bring your hands on your hips. So again, it's the same principle as the other side. Just make sure you're not curved in the spine. Your spine is straight. We inhale to lift. We exhale, extend. Point the toes, bend the knee, and lower down. So we're just working on the other leg. And you can have this hand on the floor if you prefer. Or you can keep it on your hip. It's your choice. And when you extend this leg, just keep moving whilst I explain. When you extend this leg, when it starts to get tight, it will drop. Also, you'll find your toes will drop down. So when you lengthen your leg out, just make sure that you lengthen and you turn your toes very subtly up towards the sky. Then bend your knees back in and lower down. So you're not allowing your leg to drop. You're controlling it and making it work a little bit harder. Right, we're going to get 3 more. After you've done your last one, you bend your knee back, you pause. We lift and let's pulse. Squeeze that buttock. 4, 5, keep going. 7, 8, 9, and pause. Extend that leg forward, turn the toes up. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, get it high. Don't let it sink. 5, 4, 3, 2, and pause. Point the toes, bend the knee, lift the knee up, and let's go. 10, 9, squeeze it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pause. Extend one more time. Turn the toes up. Let's go. Come on, move that leg. Last 8. Squeeze it. 5, 4, get it higher. 2, and pause. Inhale, bend the knee, and exhale, drop it down and give it a little rub. Do whatever you want. Some people like to bash it. Just want to leave it there and just settle it down. And then keep those knees bent together, slide up onto that elbow. And again, we lift onto the knees, we pull our hips forward. We take the arm up and we inhale, lower, exhale, lift. So just keep squeezing up through the underneath of your waistline. Want to make it harder, you take that leg out and you work with the leg floating. Make sure the leg is elevated, it's not sunk. And you squeeze here. Or you can do it with bent knee, or you can do it with your knees together. And let's go for 8. Look up towards the hand, find your balance. 5, 4, 3, last 2, and hold. Take the arm all the way over the head, palm facing down towards the floor. Lift that top leg up and stretch through the body. Look towards the hand. Squeeze and lift up, hold it, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. 4, 3, one more breath. 1, and then release it down. Good. Roll over and sit back into a child's pose. So take the knees wide, big toes together, stick your bottom down and slide your arms away. Melt the chest. And if that doesn't work for you, then you can come into a cat stretch. Reach those fingers forward, lift the elbows off the floor and exhale, melt down, relax the arms. So let's take it into a quick hamstring stretch. So walk your hands in, bring your knees together, roll up. You're going to take your, don't mind which leg you start with, your leg nearest to me, forward. And you're going to drop your hips down, bring your hands either side of that foot, and then push your hips back to extend this leg. Toes to the ground. Take 2 breaths here, just melting your head and chest down. Soften the knee, roll onto the back of the heel, slide the leg down a little bit more, and let's go deeper into this hamstring stretch. Shoulders relaxed, and breathe. And then begin to walk forward. Bend this knee, bring your hands inside that foot, and sink your hips down, extend your spine. If you wish to go down to your elbows, come down to your elbows and open that knee out a little bit more, perhaps rotate onto the outer edge of the foot. You might want to use your hand or elbow to open that leg out, your choice. Stay in your hands, if that's deep enough for you, but keep your your elbows bent and your back extended. A couple more breaths here. And then if you're on your elbows, come up into your hands. Take that hand around, wriggle the foot across the mat, drop your knee over to the left side of your mat, slide your right leg back and come into pigeon. So you want to ideally stay equal in those hips and just drop down into buttock stretch. If that doesn't work for you, you can drop into that left buttock. So the pressure's off the knee and the hip and you just drop down there. So it's your choice. And just release, allow that left buttock to stretch. Take a couple more breaths. And then when you're ready, walk up onto your hands. Tuck your toes under at the back, free that leg, and then lower your knees, roll yourself up. Take a step forward with the leg furthest away from me. Sink into those hips, bring your hands either side of the foot, and then extend that leg back, toes to the floor, hamstring stretch on the other leg. 2 breaths with the toes pointed down towards the floor. Then bend the knee, roll onto the heel, slide that leg into extension and sink down a little bit lower if you can. Just breathe into it. And then walk forwards. Move your hip with you. So now I'm sinking my hips down. The knee stays above this ankle on this other leg. Bring your hands inside that foot. And then drop down into a hip stretch. So if you can come to your elbows or stay in your hands. You can encourage this leg at the back to open out. Maybe roll onto the outer edge. Your choice. Do whatever works for you. Find your stretch and just take a couple of deep breaths there. And then on your next breath, if you're on your elbows, come up onto your hands. Move your hand on the outside of this foot. Wiggle the foot across towards the mat. Drop your knee to the opposite side and come into pigeon. Slide this back leg as far back behind as you can. Hips square off and drop down. And come into a stretch in the right buttock. So again, if that doesn't work for you, you can sit into your right buttock like this and then just find your stretch there. Takes the pressure off the knee and the hip. So just relax, take one more breath. And when you're ready, just begin to walk back up onto your hands. The toes tuck at the back. We lift our body weight up, free this foot. Try and press your feet down into the ground, bend your knees deeply and take a little walk into your feet. So you are back at the beginning. We're in a forward fold. Your knees are soft. You let your head drop down, your chest relax. Interlace those fingers behind the base of your spine like this. That we just fall forward. And then we're trying to stretch our arms up and overhead. And if you feel you can then extend your arms, do so. Take 2 more breaths. And then carefully release your arms down by your side. Take a breath in and slowly exhale, roll up through your spine very slowly. Once you've reached the top, let your chin come up last. Find your balance on both legs. Spread your toes. Take a breath in, lift your shoulders up towards your ears, squeeze them back behind you and lower them down. Just repeat that again. Inhale, roll the shoulders, exhale, all the way back down. Take one more breath in as your body relaxes in towards your feet. Exhale. And you are done. That is your Pilates session number 2. I hope you enjoyed it and have a wonderful week. Enjoy the rest of our videos that are coming your way, and please feel free to ask any questions through the Club Right system. Happy to answer anything as best we can, but for now I hope we can continue just to bring these sessions to you, and every week I've got my weekly tips as well, so I hope you can catch them. Take care everyone, stay safe, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye bye.